about federal law enforcement helping.
Hey, Shalom. First, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, the house of David. Let's get into this now. This is somewhat of a lamb back of the brothers video. You see him, GMS Kingdom Minded, the beloved brother Ayash Shamath. He did this video. How these people got hope in Trump. You know. Please go watch the brother video. Please go watch the brother's video first. You can stick on this video. But his video was very, very edifying. But like, look, before I get into this, what you see, excuse me, what you gonna see, is people, pinning that hope in Trump. But mainly you gonna see a few Jakes. But you gonna mainly see Eve. Too stupid Eve, too stupid Eve, or even dumber Eves. But like, look, Eve, she want this to happen because she is sick of the so-called black man. What she been calling you all these years? Bums, bullet bags. They want this to happen, not just for them to clean up the streets, because it's a target. They believe it's just a target on the black man. No. No. Nah, they coming for the whole of Jake. You see, the so-called black woman don't think the rest of the world is tired of her. They sick of seeing her on media. They sick of hearing her mouth. They said they're sick of her as much as to see even more so than the so-called black man. Eve, Esau's sidekick that he don't want. She the secretary that has been fired but keeps trying to come back to the office. But man, it's crazy. It's crazy, but look, we're living in them times. We're living in them times. We live in times. I'm finna go ahead and play this video, this compilation. This the brother made at the end of his video. I want y'all to see it because I got a few things I want to say on it. Other than Eve, I just had to get her out the way, But here we go.
Play, Lord will, you brothers and you sisters are edified. Shalom.
Why are Democrat governors angrier about federal law enforcement helping clean up their streets than they are about the fact that those streets need to be cleaned up to begin with? It shows a real sickness in the head. And I agree with the President of the United States. I think most Democrats, rank and file, nobody likes crime. Republicans don't like crime. Democrats don't like crime. Independents don't like crime. Why are Democratic governors doing everything in their power to make crime easier to do in their cities? It doesn't make an ounce of sense to me. But, Mr. President, I appreciate you being willing to help, and I hope these governors take you up on the offer because we should clean up all of America's streets. It's the right of every.
They want to clean up what? All of America's streets. Everybody knew that it wasn't just DC. Everybody knew it just wasn't it's not just gonna be the places that the National Guard would deploy, these other states that the National Guards was deployed. Yeah, we see it. The prophets been seeing it. Those who Yahweh Shem Shai has decided to show, they see it. Now the rest of the world see it. It's like I forgot what it's called. It's like that whole, it's like that speech. No, it's like that. It's like when two have a meeting, right? They share nice words, but they know what they finna do. They know they finna get down and dirty. Like no one believes what each other's saying. You know, it's fluff. You know, it's fluff. It's fluff. Everybody know that this is a takeover of America. That this is a this is a governmental takeover of America that will incite something. We know that it will be a civil war due to scriptures that will incite chaos, so they can bring chaos, so they can bring order out of that chaos and push that fourth industrial revolution. They can push things into the next phase, you know. Cause y'all remember after the big C, after the big C, what people stopped doing the things they used to do before it happened. Even now, you still have people going around with masks on their face. You know, still to this day, I seen a couple people still wearing them religiously. But yeah, we're here. It's a man called nah, because people gonna get confused if I say it like that. We just gonna say Jacob's Trouble. It's a man. His name is Jacob Trouble. He's already in the house. Y'all thought he was down the streets. No, he's here. He's inside. He's looking at you. He's looking at you. And I know some of y'all probably like, some of you unbelievers be like, why y'all so happy about this? Why y'all all getting excited? They're coming for all of us. Yeah, but they ain't gonna be able to get all of us. They're going to mow down 2/3. Well, a lot of you 2/3, because some of y'all gonna be left for the missiles. And yes, some of the prophets will be gotten by because there's a lot to be, decapitated or put to death for the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But there's gonna be those. There's gonna be those that get that power. There's gonna be those that be saved. There are those that are destined, fated to make it out unscathed. You see? And see, then you have brothers like me. Then you have brothers like me that don't care if he makes it, if he dies in it or make it to the deliverance. Because all I want is the kingdom of heaven. Even if I have to die or not. You see? I want this place to go. That's why I'm cheering this thing on. Because I know after the storm, there will be an everlasting sunny day for Israel. For Yashra Allah. Because the Most High has warned us of it. The Most High has warned us of this time. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai has warned us about these times. Let's go. Let's continue.
Every American to live in safety and comfort.
Chicago's going red.
I want to say thank
Let me get these scriptures. I don't want to hear Eve no more. This is Luke. We're going to start from Luke chapter 21 verse 19. Listen. In your patience possess you your souls. Look, we're going to have to be patient. We had to be patient until we got to this time. We had to be patient until we got to these times. And now we're here. Hey, we're here. We're here. We're here. Listen, he moved. Listen, this is something people Think about it. People think it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be in small increments again. If you not have been paying attention to the how prophecy been moving, he put this thing to a roll. He put this thing to a roll, and all it's gonna do is gain momentum. All it's gonna do is gain momentum. You know, all it's doing is gaining momentum. Rolling is gonna kick, and it's gonna keep picking up speed. You know, it's gonna keep picking up speed. You know, he can't go back now. Since he did this, he can't go back. He can't go back. You know, their goal is to clean up these streets. They can't go back either because they see how time is moving, how short their time is, how short their time is. You know, this place ain't got no 20 years left. This place ain't got no 20 years left. You know, this place ain't got 20 years left. You know. Let's continue. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Jerusalem is a place. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. And who's the target of this people? Who's the target of this? Of him deploying the National Guard, because there's nothing new under the sun. Who's his target? The 12 tribes of Israel. Wait, y'all heard what the National Guard is supposed to be doing, right? They're supposed to be supporting ICE with detaining, transporting. I forgot what else. I just know those the main two, like the big two that run got to me. Deporting and detaining, and adding, controlling, doing that military control stuff. So what? And who's they targeting? They targeting what? Ephraim, Jake. Those of Hayes. That's Levi. Jake. Judah next. Judah think he's smooth. You like, they ain't black people like I'm black people when they look at Haitians. They be like, no, them Mexicans, they ain't part of us. Fools. Man. Because you don't know your own people, because you don't have no understanding of who this man is targeting, you're going to get caught up. You're already divided. He has divided the house of Israel. Now the tribes don't think they're kin. Now the tribes don't think they're on one side. Nah, they think everyone is in their own lane. But Esau Edom sees you all on the same side. He sees you all on the same side. And this is what's happening. Jerusalem is being besieged. Listen. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 20 again. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies. Are we not seeing that? Are we not seeing that? Then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Nigh means what? Near. That nigga Jacob's trouble is in your house staring at you in your face. And you just pretending like you don't see him. Are you stupid enough not to understand who he is? It's like that scary movie. The killer's in the house and the character's not aware of him. The character's not aware of him. That's because what? You people have not been watching. What scripture has said? watch therefore and pray. You know, I'm from roughly paraphrasing. Watch therefore and pray. Because if you don't watch, he gonna be like a thief in the night, and he gonna take you by surprise. Yahweh Shai. He gonna take you by surprise by all these prophecies. These prophecies. You know? And how these people reacting, you can tell that they about to get taken by surprise, that they are blinded. You know? Let's continue, because I was going to read down on this, and I'm just yapping. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart, and let not them that are in the countries return thereinto. You know? Now Jacob's trouble is going to happen to the whole world, but it's going to be worse here in Babylon the Great. Rome reloaded. You know, it's going to be worse here. And I'm gonna explain what this means in our time. You know, once things go down, you know, and the system go down, you know, don't try to return to the system once it's back up, because you're going to have to do something specific to enter back into that system. And that is receive that micro C help, you know, which is the MOTB. If you don't know what the MOTB, just type in GMS MOTB. You know. But also, you're going to try to, once everything go down and it gets so bad with these civil wars, with these people fighting against each other, people still going to try to run back to these cities, right, for safety. Why? Because they trust in Egypt for help. They're going to run to these cities and get mowed down or be put in concentration camps. Because you're a detainee. Yeah, you want safety, but how they know you ain't a real browser? How they know you ain't one of the villains? You know? How they know? How they don't know, you know? So once things don't go down, don't try to go back into the if you live in a country tribe, don't try to run to these big cities. Don't try to run to these big cities. Don't try to run to these so-called safe cities when it all happens. You know? If you outside the country, this is me. I speak as a man when I say this. Stay your ass out. I speak as a man when I say that. Because it's going to be worse here. Because I know those that travel to other countries and stuff like that you do pick up the second language, like another language. Like it isn't just no spur of the moment. So you do have survivability out there. You know? Hell, I say, yeah, don't come back. Stay your ass over there. I got a cousin that moved out of country, you know. Yeah, came back, but he I know last time I spoke to him, he was wanting to go back out, like leave America permanently, because it's just so different. It's better. It's way better than America. You still under the curses, but it's way better than America. But I digress. Let's continue. As I was saying, don't return. Even when things get back to running back up, once things shut down, when things get bad and they say, hey, we're getting America's coming back together, don't believe them. Verse 22, Salakia, I was yapping again. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Did you hear that? Let's read that one again. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And what is that? Famine, plagues, death by the sword, mass death, 1,000 falling at your right hand, 1,000 falling at your left. You know, men becoming more precious than fine gold, World War III. You know, the MOTB, doggone, you gonna see these troops and robots. Hey, I want to see them. I want to see them robots. I want to see them robots hit the streets. I want to see them robots hit the streets. Even if it be the last thing I see before they blame, before they blame my ass. I want to see them robots. Hey. Verse 23, listen. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and a wrath upon this people. Yeah? Now, again, I'm gonna say I speak as a man when I say this, because we know that children, women with child, and women that are about to deliver a child will be delivered, right? So, I speak as a man when I say this part. This, I believe that this is speaking about the 2/3 of our people. 2/3 of our people, because we know that when men, women, and children that are not of the 144,000 will be delivered. And it had said, there's a scripture that says the women with child and the women that travaileth will be delivered. And a woman that and a woman that's travailing, meaning she's about to bring forth the child. So this is not speaking. I speak as a man when I say this. This is not speaking of the elect. But this is speaking of, I speak as a man when I say this. I believe, let me say it like that, I believe this is speaking of the 2/3. Because they already said, y'all gonna be eating y'all children again. Because what happened last time when Jerusalem besieged? Women started eating their own children. Because a famine is coming. Great famine and great death. I think that's in 2nd Ezra. I know it's 16 and 18 or something. I know it's 2nd Ezra 16, of great famine and great death, And it's stressed on this people who the 12 tribes is called Jacob's trouble. It's going to happen to the whole world. Yes, everybody else is getting caught up into it, but the main focus is the 12 tribes of Israel. The Most High is going to clean up his people by what? Mowing down by mowing down the unwanted. Verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword. The modern day sword is these guns. The modern day sword is it's chemical warfare. The modern day sword is these robots. Technology, this type of weaponry this man is about to come with that we haven't seen yet. Yo, by the edge of the sword, Hell, some of y'all might just get shanked in the street by your random nigga. Your random YN. Some of y'all might get shanked, in the streets, in the store, and fall literally by the sword. Listen, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, and to the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, the seas and the waves roaring. We have seen that. How many blood moons we had? How many solar eclipses we had? I remember one time, I forgot when it was, when I think it was a solar eclipse, that it made a thigh on America, Xing out America. God, you like, dang. Not only that, what? Distress of nations. You see these people, you see what's going on over there in the Middle East. You see what's going on over there with big Russia. Big Russia, Europe. You see what's going on? You see, y'all don't hear too much of that. And over there in the UK, y'all don't see too much of that. Y'all don't hear it because it's not being reported. It's being reported, but it's not being on mainstream. Once you type in and look for it, you'll see it. You're like, dang, it's like the whole world is in trouble. You see distress upon nations. Not just here. Listen, men's hearts failing them for fear and looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Yeah. People see what's coming down the pipeline, man. And there's a lot of people worried. Like, there's some videos like, I pray for the people that's in the DC. I pray for the National Guard. I forgot what video that was, but it was a man. He saw what's happening. He saw Civil War was about to pop off. He said, I pray for the people and I pray for the National Guards. Oh, man. Listen, verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in their clouds with with power and great glory. Yeah. That's when he come. That when them nuclear missiles are shot off and Yahweh Shai is on the way to save his people. Hey, it is what it is. If I'm dead, or if I see it, all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Either way, because I know the next go around, the next year, the next time after that, or the next generation, whenever I come back, if I come back on the chariots, or if I gotta wait, hey, I know the kingdom of heaven is next. I know that the kingdom of heaven is next. Verse 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draws nigh. Hey, look up. Time to have our heads up, because we're about to be delivered. Time to have our heads up, because we're about to see miracles. Time to have our heads up, because you are about to experience spiritual power. Time to have our heads up, because you are about to receive a crown. And with that, I hope you was edified. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, the house of David. Until next time, Yahweh willing, Shalom.